Good morning, Professor Tomlinson, bringing you some more jazz piano. Welcome. Today we're going to jump into a new set of voicings called 4-note rootless voicings. And we're going to demonstrate that by playing the tune Moonlight in Vermont. I had sent these out to the class a week ago, but I think that you should print them out again, or you should definitely print them out again. I tweaked the 4-note rootless chart a little bit to make it a little clearer, to add some more. There's some good information that's on there. And then for Moonlight in Vermont, I wrote in all the voicings, okay, just to get you started on your first project using these 4-note rootless voicings. So that is going to, make life a lot easier for you. All right, I'm going to demonstrate the tune for you also. I have Mr. Sunny Bass queued up on my iPad, and we're going to play this tune together. And I'm going to use these 4-note rootless voicings in the key of E flat, Moonlight in Vermont, with Mr. Sunny Bass.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, Mr. Sunny Bass goes on to play plays four choruses altogether, so we only need the one chorus. All right, so that's what it sounds like with the bass, and as you hear, these voicings sound a lot fuller when we have the root included in there. So that's kind of how we're going to look at these at first. So the beauty of these chords is that they have these upper extensions, which are numbers that are larger than 7. Upper extensions are numbers that like 9s and 13s and stuff like that. So that's part of the beauty of it. One of the drawbacks is that they don't really sound quite as full without the root of the chord there. So, that's one consideration. Another consideration is that they tend to be in a slightly higher register. So you might notice that I play that whole melody up the octave. If I was performing it, I might use several different strategies so that I could have my melody in different parts of the piano, but that's the way I did it for that particular tune. Okay, so this is, we want to study these 4-note rootless voicings, so please be sure that you have this handout for Moonlight in Vermont. You're looking at that, and also you're looking at the new version of 4-note rootless voicings. One thing that's a kind of a nice little reminder for you here, if you're new to these upper extensions, it's really very simple. We build chords in thirds. Okay, so let's say I'm building a D minor 7th type chord. All right, I have the root of the chord, and then the minor 3rd, perfect 5th, the minor 7th. Okay, so I have my D minor 7th chord. We stacked up thirds in the key of C to create this chord. Okay, if we keep going, we got up to the 7th. If we skip 8 and we go to 9, there's the sound of that really pretty sound. It's easy to reference that ninth by just remembering it's the same step of the scale as 2. Okay, so 2 equals 9, all right? If we skip the next step and go up to the 11th, that might be hard to remember, but if you remember it's the same as the 4th step, okay, that's pretty easy. 4 equals 11, all right? And then skip another scale step, and we're up to the 13th, okay? D minor 13th. Really pretty sound. Okay, but remember, 13 is the same as 6. So if you can find the 5th of the chord, which hopefully is pretty easy, you go up a scale step, and you have the 13th. Okay, so upper extensions. I'm looking at the 4-note rootless handout now, and notice that the first 2 systems are for 2-5-1s in a major key. The next 2 systems are for 2-5-1s in a minor key. We're going to limit ourselves to the major keys for right now. We don't really need the minors too much. I have one little secret in there that we're going to get to when we get into the bridge. But the 2-5-1s in the major key, and we're going to start with the 2-5-1s using the A voicings. So just like the 3-note voicings that we went over with earlier in the year, we're going to have an A set of voicings and a B set of voicings. Again, it's the same idea. We want to keep our voicings in the best register possible. And just like with the 3-note voicings, there's a lot of cheating that can go on. Okay, you can as long as it doesn't sound too low or too high to you, you can extend the ranges of where I'm putting these 2-5-1s. All right, but I'm suggesting for the A voicings, think about if the A, if the 2-5-1 ends up with a B flat as the 1 chord. Okay, here's what it would be. Definitely not too low. Okay, so you could probably even go a bit lower with that if you wanted to. All right, so that's the A voicings. So just remember, if the 1 chord is B flat, B, C. If that's the 1 chord, then the A voicings are going to sound really good. Now they do overlap, so F is kind of a key that could go either way. It sounds good for the B voicings also. And we probably won't get to those in this half of the video. I'm going to do a part 2 that's going to cover the B voicings. All right, but let's take a look at the A voicings and the intervals that are involved there. Okay, so just like what we did with There Will Never Be Another You last week, I'm going to play the roots of the chords with my left hand, and then I'm going to play the chord voicing with my right hand, even though later on I'm going to play the voicing with my left and melodies with my right. But I want you to get the feeling of what these chords sound like with the root under there. Okay, so D minor 7, the minor 3rd, perfect 5th, minor 7th, and the 9th. Okay, very pretty sound. Okay, now the G7th looks pretty complicated. Not really that bad. 7, 9, 3, 13. But there's a trick here, okay? I can identify the 7th of this chord, which is C. I can lower the C down to the B and change my D root to G. And all of a sudden, I am playing 7, 9, 3, 13. All I did was lower the 7th down to the 3rd. Perfect, smooth voice leading, really great sound. You've heard it. In countless tunes. Okay, and then the C major 7th, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, in this case, it's got to be a major 7th, so major 3rd, perfect 5th, major 7th, major 9th. Okay, there it is. All right, here's the whole progression together. Okay, sometimes it's preferable, like in Moonlight in Vermont, to have the 1 chord voiced as a 6th chord instead of a major 7th. Okay, so there, instead of playing the B, I play the A, and another really nice sound for the one chord. All right, let's shift our attention back over to Moonlight in Vermont, and I wrote in the intervals for the voicings on this. Let's start by finding the first 2-5-1 progression in this song, and that would be starting in the second measure, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat 6. Okay, so you're recognizing the minor 7, the dominant 7, and the major 7. Okay, 2-5-1. As I was saying, you know, this is the best register is going to be the A voicings for these chords. So now I'm going to play the chords with my left hand, and I'm going to review the E flat major scale. Okay, my 2 chord F minor 7, my 5 chord B flat 7, and my 1 chord E flat 6. But now I want to voice it as jazz chords, okay? So F minor 7, 3, here's 1, here's the third, minor third, 5, 7, 9, skipping scale steps, okay? Now I'm remembering my little trick to go from F minor 7 to B flat 7. I recognize the 7th of the F, lower it by half step. Okay, there's my B flat 7. Now I want E flat 6. 3, 5, 6, 9. Okay, all right. I've got one other little trick that I want to show you, and that is probably really the most common chord progression in popular music and jazz tunes and whatever. It's 1, 6, 2, 5. Now what are we going to do with this 6th chord? Well, to create really nice smooth voice leading, we can borrow from the B voicings for our minor 7th voicing. So look down at the second system where I have the B voicings, A minor 7. Forget about the letter names. Just think about the intervals for a second. 7, 9, 3, 5. So here is C, okay? Here's the 7th. It's easy to go down from the root to find the 7th. Remember, 9 is 2, minor 3, 5. So here's a 1, 6, 2, 5 with smooth voice leading using rootless voicings. All right, so that's what I was doing. One other chord voicing we need for the A sections would be the D flat 9. All right, here's D flat. I voiced it as 3. Remember, 13 is the same as 6. All right. Minor 7th, because it's a dominant chord, and the 2. Okay, I delayed that B flat 7th chord to sound with the C. I thought it sounded nice. All right, so we'll get into the B section and the B voicings in the next video.